Hey, what's up? I want to talk about selfless act. A selfless act is an act of doing something for somebody without having to get anything in return. It is a performance or something that you do for someone without getting anything in return or without expecting something in return. Well, my own definition of selfless act is actually doing something for someone or putting a smile on someone's face and getting something in return. Well, if you want to know what I got in return, then continue to listen to this. This is my story and my journey of selfless act. When I was a kid, my mother would take me to the marketplace and ask me, what clothes do you want? And as a kid, I would pick something that looks like that of Cinderella. I want to wear something lovely, big. No matter how discomfort I will feel, I just want to wear that clothes that will make me look like a princess. And so she'll be like, oh my God, that's the most expensive clothes you just picked. And I'll be like, Mommy, I like it. And she'll be like, okay. At the end of the day, my mother will get me that particular dress. Not because she has all the money in the world, but because she loves me and the fact that she knows how important Christmas was to me at that time as a child. And we all look forward to having our shoes, our socks, our clothes, gifts, and family friends coming over and families coming over, and just the aroma, the environment was something for me as a kid. And so I was always looking forward to Christmas. And growing up, I continued that act, or rather the tradition, and I would buy myself things. I would go to the store and I would get myself a nice dress or something and shoes and just kind of smell good with good perfume, and I'll buy gift for people. And it was just like that. Nice food on Christmas Day. You guys know, if you're from West Africa, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Christmas period, that time is always on top of its game. And so as a kid, I really enjoyed the fact that people would come around and would enjoy Christmas together, and have something to exchange in return, like gift, food, and things like that. The happiness, the joy, the laughter. And one day everything changed. Okay, I graduated from the university, and I wanted to do something different. For some reason, I told myself, this time around, I wasn't going to buy anything. I was so excited that I graduated. I was in school and I finished and I went to Lagos. Yeah, I went to Lagos and I was so happy, and I just didn't want to do anything for myself. I just didn't want to buy anything that Christmas period for myself. Not because I didn't have the money to buy it, but because I thought about doing something for somebody else. And so I started cracking my head. I'm like, what do I do? Should I take this money and just look for somebody and just give the person, or I just wanted to do something for somebody else, somebody who has nothing at that time. I thought about people who had mental health. I thought about women who were widows at that time. I thought about a lot of stuff, and then I now thought about my passion for helping children. And I thought about the kids, and I remembered the orphanage home. And I think what brought me back to the orphanage home was the fact that growing up as a kid and the Christmas period was something very important to me. The happiness, the joy that it brought to me as a kid. And I wanted to do that for somebody else. And when I thought about that, I thought about the orphanage home. I decided to embark on a journey that was very rewarding. Okay, remember, the act of selflessness does not give you anything, But I'm going to tell you why it was rewarding to me and why it gave me something absolutely rich. I decided to use my money to buy the children gift, toy cars, toy baby dolls, and things like that, ball, flutes, and things, just gift for children, just toys, a lot of toys, fake toy, plane, airplane, things like that. And I thought that if I'm able to give it to them, just as a gift, they will be happy, and and that's it. I got those things and I started buying them. I was using my money to buy them. And bear in mind, I just graduated, so I didn't have a lot of money, but I was able to buy some things. And I looked at those gifts and it wasn't enough. You know how you buy some things and you're like, oh my goodness, I never knew things were so that expensive. And I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, this won't be enough. Like I really needed to reach out to a lot of children, and this toy will not be enough. What did I do? I started to ask other people if they were interested in just, blessing somebody that year, if they were interested in just giving something back to society, if they were interested to just bless someone and make a child happy. I told them about my project, and to my surprise, I was getting feedbacks like, oh, I have spent my money here, I've done things, and these were people who were highly placed in the society because of where they were. I knew they had big stores and shops like that, and I went in there and I told them, and I also remember telling them that they don't have to give me the cash. They can also help by going to buy all of this gift, toys, and give them to me. But I did not get a good feedback. I guess that's what life is all about, right? And I went to my dad, my mom, and I spoke to them about it. They contributed their own quota, and I just scraped everything I had in my account, and I continued to buy toys, and I bought some food stuff at this point because now I had extra money, so I bought food stuff, and I decided to go to Benin. So if you're conversant with Nigeria, there's a place called Edo State, and I went there because that was where I schooled. And so I went there and I got an orphanage home, and I wanted to wait till the 25th, which I did, which was Christmas Day. When I got there, I was told that some of the kids had gone out and that the owner of the place, the orphanage home, had taken the children somewhere for Christmas. I was so happy. I didn't meet a lot of them, so I think a couple of them, like 3 or 4, and we were able to give them some of the gift, and I spoke to some of the amazing women who were working there at that time. And my heart was drawn towards a baby because I said to myself, if I ever had to do a video, I was going to talk about this child, a sweet small boy. He was then about 4 months old. He was blind and could not hear, and so he was sleeping on the bed. And so I picked him up, and and the women were like, oh, put him back, because he had pooed at that time. He had feces all over him, and I didn't know that. And I'm like, God bless this boy. When they told me what was happening to him, I'm like, God bless him, and he's going to grow up to be a strong child and a blessing to the society. And I had to give the baby back to them so that they can go clean him up. And I saw those beautiful, lovely children there, and how happy they were when I was giving them the gift and they were opening it. But it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to share all the gift. I wanted to meet all the other children. And so we made a decision, myself and my friend, to go to another orphanage home. And so when we got to the orphanage home, I was told the children were already taking their bath. And this was precisely about 6 p.m., yeah, in the evening. And I broke down and I started crying. The reason why I cried was because I know how it was for me when I was a kid. I don't take off my clothes. I don't take off my Christmas clothes. I don't take off my princess clothes until maybe late in the night, my mother will want to give me a bath. Like, I'm talking about 11 p.m., 12, midnight, and, everybody's tired, they want to go to bed, and that's when I take off my clothes. To hear that children were being, asked to take off their clothes just because they want to keep them so that next time they can have those clothes to wear really broke me down. I didn't blame the people who were there at that time working in that orphanage home. If anything, I thought they were doing their best. They were doing all they could do. As a mother, I understand that you want to keep these things so that your kids can be able to use them again. I knew at that time that it was an orphanage home and there were rules and regulations, but I just wanted them to be happy. I just wanted children to have a normal life, the life that I had, the life that some other people had, growing up. And and it wasn't like that. So I waited for them to have their bath, and they all came out amazing children. They were from the ages of 8 months up until the age of I think the oldest there was like 21 years old, and it happened to be his birthday. And the kids came out, they were so excited, they were happy. They just saw some people standing around, because I went there with my friends. And my friends, they just broke down, like they were crying and all of that. It was so emotional for us. It wasn't because of pity, it was the fact that we were actually here to do this. Like, it was just amazing. And I was just looking at the kids, and I'm like, they wanted to they wanted to go for the gift. I'm like, no, do you guys know why we're here? And they said, no, but they were so interested in the present that we brought. And I said to them, we're here to give you this present, but you have to do something for me. And they were like, what? Intelligent, smart, loving children, those children. And they said, and I said to them, I want you to sing a Merry Christmas song, a Christmas song for me. And they started singing, I wish you a Merry Christmas. One of them raised the song. I'm like, yes, and he started singing, and we all engaged, and we were all laughing. At some point, they wanted to sit on the floor. We all sat on the floor. We're so happy. I was looking at them. I was looking at the different personalities. And although these children have no father, no mother to actually bond with, to share the moment with, to share Christmas, just like myself growing up and so many others out there. But one thing they had was they had themselves. They had each other. They were so happy, and they showed the bond. And I could feel that, and I wanted to be a part of that. And I'm so grateful that they gave me the opportunity to feel that bond and that experience with them. And, we had these two young little babies who were twins at that time, two girls. They were so intelligent, very strong, very authoritative as well too, because they kept telling others, sit down, and it was just amazing. I thought I should just throw it here because I still have the memories of these children. And at some point we had to go, right? So we started sharing the gift, and we gave them. And the boy, who happens to be his birthday on that day, we couldn't give him a gift, a toy, right? He was older. He was turning 21. He just turned 21. And so we had to just scratch around ourselves, and we gave him some money so that he can at least buy some things with some of his friends and just enjoy the moment. They were so grateful. You could see the happiness in their eyes. The gift I got that day, like I said from the beginning of this video, was the fact that I got that satisfaction. They gave me a gift of satisfaction, a gift of value, a gift that people can still see when you are kind to them. People can still laugh when you make them laugh. People can still enjoy that act of kindness that you show them. It doesn't matter what you have to get in return. You may not get anything in return. In my case, I got that satisfaction. I got that happiness. And I'm able to put a smile on these children's faces. I was so happy. They were so happy. They felt so blessed, and I felt so blessed. And it was not by my making. It wasn't because I was rich. It wasn't because I had everything to give them. But because I felt like that connection to these children that will be celebrating Christmas and probably don't have anybody to come drop something off for them. So look around you. Think about something you can do for somebody else. Because there's always that reward. Because sometimes people say, what will I gain? This person ain't my family. They're not related to me. What business is it of mine? And I know there's so many people out there who have done something for others. If you have done a selfless act and you want to share it, please leave it in the comment section below. I want to see what you have done. I want to connect with you as well. It is a very, very good thing. The feeling is awesome. It's not something you can describe. And up until this day, after 14 years, I still feel that feeling of selfless act, the feeling of satisfaction, the act of doing something for someone without waiting or getting something in return, without expecting something back. It is an amazing feeling. The way I feel right now, even doing this video, is just unbelievable. That satisfaction. I pray that we have the opportunity to do it, because I still know that there's so many people around you who are waiting for you to help them, whether it's the addiction that they're going through, that you can help them out of it by talking to them, by picking up your calls when they call you, or just call them and talk to them. Whether it's somebody who has a terminal disease or sickness and is just waiting for you to just call and show some love, please do. Whether it's somebody who needs your forgiveness, please forgive. Whether it's somebody who is out there waiting for you to just turn their lives around, please do. Because that act of selflessness can bring a whole lot of satisfaction for you right now and for your generation and the future ahead of you. I cannot overemphasize it, but I can only say to you that you should try as much as possible to look around you, regardless of what you have in your account, regardless of what you have in your home, regardless of how you see your situation. It doesn't have to be monetary. You don't have to give somebody anything, money or anything. It could just be your presence. It could just be you saying hello. It could just be you just doing something for someone that you know deserves it and needs it. And I know that your heart will be opened after watching this. And I know that you'll be able to do something. So whatever you do, always remember that there is always a reward behind it. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please share, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.